activity, we're going to be looking at the topic of the misuse or abuse of drugs and other related behaviors. And the strategy that we're going to use is called an inside-outside circle. So I've divided the class in half, and what I'm going to ask is for this half of the class, if you can come into the middle here, I'd like you to make a circle, but I'd like you to face out. So if you can just come in and make an inside circle for me facing out. Excellent. All right, if I can get the other half, if you can come and form a circle on the outside, and you're going to be facing in, and I'd like you to match up with somebody, do a high five, fist pump, make sure that you're matched up with somebody who's on the inside circle. So if you can come and do that. All right, so everybody has a partner now. The inside circle, I'm going to label you as circle A, okay? And I'm going to number you off starting here. You're going to be number 1, and then you just go around the circle. You're
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Excellent. The outside circle, you're going to be circle B, and you're always going to take on the number of your partner on the inside, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm going to give you a topic that I would like you to discuss. And for the first time that we do it, I'd like the people on the outside or circle B, you're going to speak first. And when you're done speaking, just say pass. And then the person on the inside can add any ideas they have to that particular topic. Okay, so here is the question. If someone you know is using or abusing drugs, what kind of changes in behavior might you notice in them when it comes to anything that is school related? I'll just say it for you one more time. If someone you know is using or abusing drugs, what kinds of changes in behavior might you notice in them when it comes to anything that is school related? So just think for a moment to yourself. B, when you're ready, you can share your answers. Say pass, and then A can share some more. Go ahead.
Yeah, motivation, I think is a big one. Yeah, I feel like it's just interesting. Like, the people did pretty well into motivation, that engagement. And this is something I was previously interested in. Pass back.
I think so. I was going to say, Molly, we have a good chance that these issues that arise because that whole not being able to stay in school, and then we're eventually going to.
All right, I'm just going to stop you there. So now as a teacher, if you're facilitating this activity with students, what you're going to ask for is you're just going to ask, does anybody have anything they'd like to share that they discussed? And I'll see if anybody has anything to share. Oftentimes you'll find with students that they will look at the ground because if I can't see the teacher can't see me. And that's actually why I've numbered you off because I can now say, can pair number 4 share something that they'd like to share with the group? Or maybe as a teacher, I was walking around and I heard something really good. I'm like, oh, I remember that was that group. I'll have to make sure group number 1 shares it so the rest of the class can hear that really good idea. So it might sound random, but I go, how about group number 1? Who's group number 1? Do you guys have anything that you could share that you discussed? So do you guys have anything you could share?
Yeah, one of the things that we talked about was a change in motivation or an interest in activities, school.
Yeah,
events.
great, for sure. Good. So you would take a few answers to sum that up. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to have circle B, the outside circle. I'd like you to shift 2 places to your right. So say bye to your partner, thank them. You're going to shift 2 spots to the right. Do a high five, fist pump with your new partner. Awesome. Great. So this is a great activity because it gets students working with lots of different partners. And you've got that numbered system that if people aren't willing to share answers, you can encourage them to share. It's done in safety because when they're sharing, it's not just what they thought, it's what they discussed as a group. So this activity would continue on and we'd look at how does their behavior change related to their general appearance. We'll look at how does their behavior change and how they interact with their family. And we'll look at things like that. So it just gives us lots of opportunities to look at that same topic, but discussing with lots of different peers. And then for that particular activity, what we want to sum it up with, we say, you know, these are some behaviors you might see if somebody is misusing or abusing drugs, but we see very similar behaviors if they have a technology addiction or if they have an online gaming addiction. You might see some of those same withdrawal behaviors. So it's important to recognize those because peers are often the first one who could recognize it and see if perhaps their friend needs to get some help. So thanks a lot.